This episode of Thrillers and Killers is brought to you by Anchor.
If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer.
When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more.
It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. And best of all, it's totally free.
Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Welcome to Premiere Week on Thrillers and Killers. We're doing the Batman. Let's fucking send this shit.
Hello, I'm here.
It's Doug, Aaron, and Brianna this week, by the way, bitches. This movie, directed by Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Jeffrey Wright, Colin Farrell.
Colin?
There's only one L, bro. Paul Dano. All right, that's as far as I'm going. We can do John Turturro, considering I thought Transformers were about to pop out in this movie. And Andy Serkis is Alfred. Fuck it, let's just read the whole cast. No, that's everybody that matters.
Matt Reeves, director of
8.6 on IMDb.
Matt Reeves, director of Planet of the Apes sequels and Cloverfield.
3 fucking hours long, by the way, boys.
It's 2 something. It's a long. It's
2 hours and 55 minutes.
That's what the credits.
Okay, dude.
I heard people complaining about it too, that it was 2 hours and 50 minutes, and I was like,
it's a long one.
It's long, for sure. You could probably cut some stuff out. Although I did read that there's a 4-hour cut, that like the Matt Reeves cut, that they're gonna release with the disc. I'm interested to watch.
Why?
I don't know. It's kind of like, how long was Zack Snyder's Justice League? It was long as fuck, right?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Apparently there's a Zack Snyder's Justice League was 4 hours and 2 minutes. Anyway, the people want like the Ben Affleck Batman movie to come out. It's supposed to be like a solo movie, but it got canceled. I think
God.
Got canceled for this.
Thank God.
I think I'm into this more.
Nobody wants to see Ben Affleck's dumbass. What we do want to see is some Autobots.
I think the Transformers angle, we could really throw that in there, you know. Let's get Michael Bay. He's already... This is a fun, weird thing. He also did I think it was a Friday the 13th sequel, or a reboot, I think. And I believe he's gone on record saying they are in the same universe. So...
Sorry, what's in the same universe?
He did like a Friday the 13th reboot at one point, and he said that Transformers and Friday the 13th take place in the same universe. And I believe Megan Fox's douchey boyfriend in Transformers 1 is like the dude in Friday the 13th. I don't think he's playing the same exact character, but the same actor. And Michael Bay said they're in the same universe, so I'm just saying.
Who owns Transformers?
Michael Bay's production company. That's what it is. It's his.
What are the odds Warner Brothers can acquire it? Make a fucking Transformers Batman?
Platinum Dunes. It's a pretty big one.
It wouldn't really work, considering in Transformers, what's his name works for the FBI, and in Batman, he's a gangster, but
This is what happens after. And we need to get on with Batman.
Anyways, fellas, this is the Batman premiere week quick review. First bite, everybody knows the rules
Yeah,
type
we won't.
situation.
We're not gonna spoil it, but
Aaron, you go first.
do you want to read Jacob's first? So Jacob's not here, but he sent me his thoughts about it.
All right, just let it rip.
First and foremost, he wants to say greatest bat suit ever. I guess he was into the suit. And then he says Robert Pattinson has potential to be the best Batman. They continue to make more movies in the series. It could easily surpass the Dark Knight trilogy. So that's his thoughts.
It could surpass Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy, or the trilogy itself.
I believe
could
he was talking about
surpass
the
other-
trilogy itself.
Oh my god, I hate him.
I could see it. And
Oh,
I guess
no.
first and foremost, this The Dark Knight is a better movie than the Batman. From a movie standpoint, like Dark Knight, Nolan is just a god tier movie maker. He knows what he's doing, and like technically speaking, Dark Knight is just it's such a phenomenal movie in general. And the Batman, it's good, but it's not like technically as good as the Dark Knight. I do think it's probably better than Dark Knight Rises, though. Like just from a movie making standpoint, and it's definitely better than Batman Begins. I just
No
don't.
comment.
I don't think you can get better than the Dark Knight from like just a movie. You know?
I like Dark Knight Rises better than the Batman, and I haven't seen Batman Begins in a while, so I'd have to watch it again to say what's better between the Batman and Batman Begins. But
Do you want to? I guess I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
I don't fucking know, Brianna. What did you think was cool in this movie? What was the good parts that you liked?
I like how there obviously was like a villain in the movie, multiple villains or whatever. Uh, but also that like it did focus a little bit more on like Batman himself. I thought was nice. Like in Dark Knight is still goated, but in Dark Knight, like it's kind of mainly the Joker with a little bit of Batman sprinkled in. But I feel like we got Batman pretty much 85% of the scenes, I'd say, in the movie.
Yeah, I think that's a plus. I think having like the Batman is in this movie so fucking much, and it's awesome.
Well, I mean, if they put the Riddler in as much as they had Heath Ledger as the Joker, the movie would have sucked. So
Yeah, it's like these are the like opposites. Like I think Dark Knight is almost focused more on the villains than it is Batman, and this movie was like we're gonna talk about Batman, fuck the villains. I mean, the villains will play a part, but it's more about Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah, does anybody know how it fucking rains every single day in Gotham? Or
Gotham
sorry,
has
it
to
doesn't rain during the day actually. It only rains at night in Gotham, apparently.
It's the chemtrails.
They're fucking controlling the weather.
Yeah.
Christ almighty. I think every scene in the movie it's raining at night.
It's cool. I like rain in like movies.
Well, you can't have it rain every day, bro.
Well, this movie only takes place for like 4 days. It's a thunderstorm, you know. So it's a cold front, low pressure system.
Fucking hurricane, apparently.
I like just like to continue. I like how it's like 2 years into him being the Batman. We're not seeing his origin story, which we don't need to see again. Everybody knows that his parents were fucking murdered. We got that. And we don't even have to see like him becoming Batman. This is like he is well into being the Batman. But he's not so far. Like the Ben Affleck version was going to be him as like an older Batman trying to like learn how to still be Batman as like a 40-year-old. So it's
Oh
not
my!
that old.
Thank God that shit got canceled.
Yeah, I
Good
think the
lord!
big plot line was going to be like he's been killing people this whole time, and then he realizes killing is bad or something like that. That's what I heard about the Ben Affleck one. I might be wrong.
What?
Yeah, because in Justice League he's like killing people and stuff. Anyway, I like that aspect of like we're so far in that he has this identity right now, but we're not too far in to where like he's set. So I think the sequels have a really big opportunity to like capitalize on Batman himself having a good character arc. We're not just set in like this is the Batman. He still has room to like learn how to, because this Batman is less like Nolan's Batman. Nolan's Batman is like in the shadows, doing deceptive shit, using smoke bombs, disappearing randomly. I mean, he still does that in this movie, but it's a big thing in Nolan Batman. And I think you have room for that to become a thing in the sequels by him like, oh, maybe I don't want to get shotgunned in the chest again, and maybe I don't want to just walk up to people and beat their ass. Maybe I'm gonna be more, stealthy.
Yeah, I think that is true that they should be able to give him a good character arc for sure. So he's like in crippling depression as Bruce Wayne in this movie, and then
Yes.
yeah, maybe Bruce Wayne can also have a character arc.
I think he will. I think he's gonna become more like. I mean, I guess I haven't talked to Matt Reeves, but in my head, Bruce Wayne's character arc goes more like how what we see in the Nolan Batman, where he's kind of a playboy, kind of, and he's more active. I think he's gonna start balancing that out more. I think this movie starts with a very unbalanced Bruce Wayne Batman, and I think there's a lot of room to balance that out and make it a good arc, which is why I'm excited for the sequels. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. For sure the best part of this movie to me was how they made Gotham look. Like in we just have to talk about Christopher Nolan's Batmans to compare everything to
Yeah.
because
I mean, it's kind of
fuck Ben Affleck, and then we're not even going to talk about the older
it's kind of
Batmans. So
unfair, I guess, because the Dark Knights are so beloved as movies. But you make a sequel in a franchise that has something like that, you got to deal with it.
yeah, it's like if you made a sequel to Jurassic Park and then had the main character fucking running from a T Rex in high heels. You'd be like,
Oh
wow,
my
this sucks
god!
ass compared to the originals. But
You know how pissed you are about like the Star Wars sequels and stuff? That is literally me with Jurassic World. I can't fucking stand it.
you don't like watching a bitch run from a T Rex in high heels, bro?
Oh yeah, I love it. I love that. I love that a guy can train the Velociraptors. Hell yeah. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Anyways, yeah, so Gotham was my favorite part because it has its own like look to it, and in the Dark Knight it kind of just looked like New York City. So
Yeah, it does look like generic big city. I guess maybe sometimes it's a little dirtier. Batman Begins has a more distinct Gotham, I think, than the next two. It kind of has like
yeah,
some nastiness to it.
when Batman Begins, they're on like motorcycles, but it's
Oh,
pretty
dude,
cool. They're
the
just riding
motorcycles.
motorcycles
The bat.
the whole
I
three
think I
hours.
liked. I think I liked the bat cars more than like the Batmobile and the motorcycle. My motorcycle's not really a bat motorcycle, but it's a dope ass motorcycle. But the Batmobile is fucking cool. I like Nolan's Batmobile, I guess, but it looks so. I mean, like, it fits that series so well, though. Of like, he's so rich and he uses that as like he gets like military grade shit. The fucking Batmobile in this literally looks like Robert Pattinson like just took a fucking car and strapped a jet engine to it and was like, "Fuck it." It's so awesome.
I liked Catwoman and her, I guess, story.
Oh yeah, Doug, did I know you were worried about it being like cringy togetherness the whole time? How do you feel about did they
I don't I don't think she was in it too much. I just thought their like weird romance bullshit was really cringy. So
I know that they have. It's more like comic accurate. The Batman and Catwoman have always been kind of a weird thing.
yeah,
So
because
it's
you know
whatever.
in the movie it didn't really make sense. They just started like kissing and shit, and it's fucking weird.
It made more sense towards the end, I think. Like
She's
they
like
started to develop a relationship more, but I don't. The beginning was weird.
he's like on an unhinged rant about how Bruce Wayne's a rich white asshole, and then just starts making out with him. It's like I know she
Dude,
doesn't. I know she
she didn't
doesn't know it's
know.
Bruce Wayne, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I thought at the beginning it felt forced between them, but I think towards the end it started that relationship was able to grow on me some, and I like her character in general. She's kind of cool. Okay, we're probably at time, so you guys want to talk about like, do you think?
No, well, what about what we don't like? Hold the phone.
It's well, let me say something before I say what you are saying. This I don't necessarily like. I just thought was interesting. Like in Dark Knight, when Bruce Wayne is Bruce Wayne, like I look at him and I'm like, yeah, that guy's a millionaire. He's got a lot of money. He's fancy, you know. But like Robert Patterson's
Pattinson.
Batman,
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson's
Yeah, there you go.
Batman. Like I wouldn't if I saw him on the street, I wouldn't think he was like a millionaire, if that makes sense. He was like it was more gothy, I guess. Like I don't know if that's what they were trying to go for, but
I think they were trying to go for like less Bruce Wayne, more Batman looking for Bruce Wayne himself.
Bruce Wayne in this is supposed to be like a millionaire too, right?
I mean, he is a millionaire, but he's not like Christian Bale, where he's like running this company and has like an image. Like they talk about, he literally hasn't gone in public in like years.
Oh, well then that makes sense. But that was just a difference that I saw. And then I personally feel like the last maybe like 20 minutes was they did a lot where you would think that like the movie's going to end and then it didn't, and they did that for like 20 minutes I felt like. And so Aaron's going to say it's not that long, but it was long. And like I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad thing, but it like I just felt like they had a lot of fake out moments where it's like, oh, this is about to end. This is about to end, and then it didn't.
Yeah, I personally also feel like it was a little long and had some pacing issues. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Like it didn't ruin the movie for me. It just
Yeah, this is a good movie
Okay.
for sure.
Um, I liked. I just if I didn't get to I forgot to mention this, but the cinematography in this movie is unbelievable, and there's shots in this that are like unreal. But I was like, holy fuck. But there are shots in this also that are so long that you could cut like in half, and we could, or maybe just speed it up. Batman's very slow in this movie, and I'm cool with it. Like he plays this Batman as more like confrontational. I'm just gonna walk up to you and beat your ass, as opposed to like jumping around in the shadows and doing like front flips and shit. And I'm cool with it, but also just walking around, I'm like, we could probably speed up his walking a little bit, and we could cut this movie down by a few minutes just by making him not walk so fucking slow.
Also, this motherfucker literally dies like an hour into the movie, and then he just like gets up and he's fine for the rest of the movie. So, oh,
That's Batman, dude.
this man jumps off a building and then like very slightly parachutes and then just like bounces off a truck, a car, the fucking ground. Then the next
Yeah.
scene he's just walking normal. It's a little bit weird.
Well, I mean, he's in the suit, so and the suit is bulletproof.
Hey, your
So
bones aren't fucking bulletproof.
yeah, but like the reason you would break your bones would be like from the impact, and that's gonna lessen the impact some. It's a little unbelievable that he literally fucking domes his head on like a bridge or some shit, and then like backflip 4 times and lands on the fucking ground. It's pretty crazy.
Going about 100 miles per hour.
I think there are some kind of funny moments in this that aren't like they're not quippy funny like a Marvel movie. They're like subtly funny. That scene kind of made me laugh. I think the scene where he's picking up the evidence and the cop is like, he doesn't even have why is he letting him touch the evidence? Like he's gonna fuck with the evidence. And Gordon looks at him and is like, he has gloves on. That shit was funny, but it's not overly funny. It's not trying to be funny in like a quippy way.
Yeah.
And I also think the Alfred storyline is kind of weak. They don't establish a ton of it throughout the movie, and then Alfred, some things happen, and Alfred and him have like a moment, and it didn't emotionally impact me a ton because I just felt like they didn't.
Yeah, they were like relying on the history of,
Yes, exactly.
oh, we know who Alfred is from
Mhm.
every other movie, so we're just automatically going to like have an emotional connection, but they didn't really do anything to set it up in
Yeah,
this movie.
exactly. I think they can still, set that up more in the sequels. I think
Which Christopher Nolan did a fucking amazing job with
he did,
Alfred in his.
dude. In The Dark Knight, when he thinks Bruce Wayne's dead, I'm in tears, bro. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think we're nitpicking some of the stuff. I think it's a great movie. I really do. I think it's more Batman-y than Dark Knight is. And in return, it is less of a good movie. But it's fun as fuck. And it's long as fuck. Keep that in mind. If you're gonna watch it, put 3 hours aside.
What's your one bite tier rating?
Me first?
Brianna can go first.
I'm gonna do an A minus. I enjoy the movie. I think some of the things that we talked about would be why I'm scoring it an A minus. I don't think it's quite god tier, but it was very enjoyable, and I think they did overall a good job promoting it. Like I went back on Twitter yesterday and I was looking at all the Batman posters and they look really good, and I like the concept of, I mean, not the concept, but I like the Riddler as the main enemy, and I think they did a lot of really good stuff here. So that's why I'm rating it an A minus.
All right, I guess. Since Brianna just brought up the Riddler, I just was reminded that the Riddler was kind of weak sauce to me. So I don't know.
He's
Like
he's fine. He's
he
not.
he did cool villain shit, but like the scenes of him like on fucking TikTok streaming or whatever, or Instagram
That's another
live.
thing where it's
So
like,
it was
is that supposed to be
pretty
funny?
cringe, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, I like this is gonna sound stupid, but I like that he leaves the riddles for the Batman. I like that aspect of him.
It
I
seems
like that the Batman's smart and is able to figure them out
Yes.
because he's supposed to be.
Yes.
it seems like um he's trying to do the crazy thing, but like he wasn't pulling it off for me, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think I just to interject as well. You're getting dangerous territory when you start trying to do the fucking crazy thing after we've had the Joker in a Batman movie. If you want to get crazy, you're always going to have to compare yourself to Heath Ledger's Joker, and you're not ever going to get there. So I don't think the crazy villain is the way to go.
Yeah, I think they should have gone for like well, they obviously can't do Bane again, but
You could do
I don't know
more accurate
all the
Bane.
villains in you know, Batman universe. So
Yeah, I mean,
I think one that's probably due for a feature length film would probably be Mr. Freeze, I guess. It's the only
or
one I fucking know
Penguin
of.
too. I think both of those would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't think they should, and I don't think they are. I've read stuff that Joker is not supposed to be the second villain. Like that scene was just supposed to be like a stinger. It wasn't supposed to be a setup. So
Yeah,
I don't think they're doing Joker again for
they
the second movie.
they shouldn't do it. Like,
They
I don't. Are
shouldn't
they
do
doing
it.
it? Are they doing a trilogy for
They haven't said.
confirmed, or they should just
No.
not do the Joker, like, period, if they're doing like 3 movies or 2 movies.
You can.
If you don't want to be compared to, like, if you want this to be your own shit, then don't put the fucking Joker in it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you got to be ready for it. If you're gonna put the Joker in it, you got to be ready for it's going to be every inch of the Joker is going to be compared to Heath Ledger. So you better have a damn good story to mix with it. Anyway, Doug, what's your rating?
The only other thing I want to say before I give my rating is Carmine Falcone. His actor is never going to be anything but the goofy guy in Transformers, so it's just kind of weird to me.
I think he has potential to not be that guy, though.
I was convinced Transformers were going to pop out like
100%. I thought he did a decent job of, like, I didn't really recognize him at first. And I was like, this guy looks so familiar, and then it clicked to me.
Anyways, so for my rating, I'm teetering between a B plus and an A minus, and I'm not sure which to do. So, yeah, well, I feel like I'm usually a pretty negative guy, so I'm just gonna go in the opposite and just put it in A minus, just to spice things up a bit.
Wow.
So we'll put it in A minus.
Okay. For me, it's super hard to just get like God tier status on one watch. I don't even know if there's a movie that could do it for me. So there's no way I'm putting this in God tier. I'm gonna put it.
Interstellar was God tier first watch, guaranteed.
Man, Interstellar was so good on the first watch. That might be an exception. That or no, I think that might be like the only thing I can think of. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go just straight A, solid. I do think if I want to watch it again, I really want to. I actually kind of want to go again to the theater and watch it. I had a really fun time, and it's one of those things where I can't stop thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I just want to watch it again. So
we went to the
A.
We went to the AMC theater. Please sponsor us.
Yeah, I mean, on rewatches, mini, it might be able to move up for that, and with sequels even too. If the sequels build on it, I could definitely see it moving it up into God tier for me. It has so much of the stuff that I like, and it has like, I mean, Robert Pattinson I love, but it's kind of gothic and dark and like grimy, and I'm cool with that. That's all fun. So, right now A. But I could see it going up. So yeah, that's my take. Go see it. I think it's really good, and I want to see more Robert Pattinson.
Warner Brothers, please sponsor us.
And if Warner Brothers, if you're listening to this, Robert Pattinson said he wants to be in Dune. Can we make that happen, please?
If any movie studio is listening to this, we will pay for play. Okay, you need a positive review, we'll hook you up. Send a few bucks our way.
I'll do it for free.
I'm not above that.
You're telling me you're gonna let me watch the movie? I'll fucking talk about it for free.
You'll give them a positive review for free, bro?
If they're like, hey, here's 2 tickets to see this movie. Talk about it goodly. I'd be like,
bro, you gotta raise your standards.
Well, just to start,
All right. Well, like I said, we'll pay for play. So send us I'll put my Bitcoin address in the description. Anyways, follow our other podcast, Stream Bros. We're currently doing Peaky Blinders. Check out our last episode for Thrillers and Killers of our weekly movie coverage. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but we watched The Dark Knight, so if you want to hear that, hear this, hear that, bada bing, bada boom. Coming up next on Thrillers and Killers, we're going to have The Prestige. Eventually.
Yeah, after tomorrow's Silence of the Lambs.
fuck me. Yeah, follow us at ThrillKillPod on Twitter. Anything else? Did I miss anything?
Nope.
All right, fuck
Go
you
watch
guys.
this
We're
movie.
leaving.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.